Hello, everybody, Darcy Marler here. Today we're going to do another student taking action video, and we're going to meet Benoit of Vancouver, Canada. Now, Benoit has a good-sized portfolio of apartment buildings, but he wanted to build, he wanted to construct. So we're going to actually follow his journey. He's bought land, and he's actually going back and forth with the city to get approval to build a 70-unit apartment building. How awesome is that? And that's the power of this course. It's not just land development. We'll teach you how to build stuff too. Knock down that old house and build a duplex, a fourplex, a sixplex, or a 70-plex in this case, or take raw land and develop something. This course and this community are a great option for that. If you're trying to increase your rental portfolio, but you're having a hard time finding stuff, this could be the answer. Build your own. And that's, as I said, it's not just me anymore that's the source of information for you. Now we've got students taking action, as we're seeing from these videos, that now they're a repository of information. You can lean on the students as well. It's a really, really good idea to lean on other people that have done it before to move you ahead quicker towards your goals. That's what's so great about this community. So if you want to build new and figure out how to do that, you need to be part of this course and this community. My contact information is on the screen. Reach out to me. We'll have a Zoom call and talk all about it, or type "I want to build" in the comment section and I'll get back to you. So here we go. Let's meet Benoit Serrat. So hello, Benoit. Good to see you today.
Hello, Darcy. Thanks for the opportunity.
No, it's great to have you on. I really appreciate this. So Benoit's a student of the course, been here with me about a year now almost, I think. So maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
So myself, I come from the financial, from banking initially, financial engineering, first life, second life, project management with a large engineering firm in mining. Was working on mega projects and even in mining, so $1 to $12 billion. Then I was also promoted CEO of the Canada Line, which is a transit project in Vancouver. That was my corporate life. And behind the scene, evening and weekend, like a lot of us do, having some, pushing some projects, doing some flips at the beginning in Montreal. So my accent is from France, but I live in Montreal 10 years and 7 in Toronto and 6 in Vancouver now. So my career, investment career, evening and weekend was in Montreal. Essentially, I started doing condo flips and then started to improve a little bit my the investments, doing some condo conversion at some point, so mid-sized buildings with partners, and always never knew about the financing or the granularity of financing. So I had to recycle the capital. That was the best I could. The most sophisticated steps that I was able to achieve. Fast forward, I moved to Toronto and didn't invest too much. Essentially, more on my primary residence. And it's only when I got back to Vancouver that I wanted to get back at it actively. And this time, try to become full time and professional, do a business out of it, which took me 15 years to understand. So here I am. It's been like 3 years now working full-time in real estate, work with a developer as a partner in a startup in Vancouver, mid-sized development, 200 units, construction only. And but I wanted to do something on my own. So I created my holdco, Silent Properties, and started to buy existing asset because I had to catch up to my portfolio because I had to recycle the money. I didn't acquire and keep anything. So when I discovered the birth strategy and the financing granularity on the different levels, I said I did everything wrong. I had to do it again. So the first step was, as much as I like construction, I wanted to build the portfolio first to get to passive income. So this is the first step of my business plan, which is acquiring a good size portfolio to be able to live out of it and focus on construction. So I have one project, a 70 unit in Port Alberni, and the rest, which is 70 units, the rest is probably 250 units minimum of existing asset, multifamily. The strategy is value add, and so I'm always after the value add. And the construction is part of the same strategy, just a little longer to execute.
So let's talk about the new one then. So you've got a new one in Port Alberni and on Vancouver Island. So what stage are you at? How far along are you on that one?
We are at DP. So we're about to submit, I would say, in the next 2 weeks. So we've been working on that for the last probably 6 months. So we own the land, clear, but we have brought some investors to help us at the beginning, but always because there's always risk at the beginning. So we brought them as a private lender. So the risk is on the developer. Then as soon as we de-risk the project, bring it to a feasibility, confirm, do all the due diligence, including the quantity surveyor, auditing the construction budget ultimately, and also assessing the pro forma, making sure that the value and the financing is feasible. Then now we are at the stage where we will submit. We know the project is firm. Obviously, we are seeking. We will need a validation and approval at GP level, but we know that everything is green. So now we are at the stage where we are preparing the limited partnership so that we can onboard some new investors and focus on the soft cost.
So you're at DP stage. So how are you finding the back and forth with the city and that stage?
So city, going back a little bit on Port Alberni, I think Port Alberni has been depressed a little bit for a few years, not to say a few decades. It was in fact flourishing up to the 70s, probably even a little more, but after when the mill, which was the main employer or main industry, shut down, there was kind of a low cycle, for the city, and this is now picking up again thanks to the immigration from other province to Vancouver Island, also in the search for affordability. So Port Alberni is the center of the island. It's 1 hour distance from Nanaimo, 1 hour a little more from Victoria, and in fact, a lot of people go there to now looking for lifestyle, a good balance, and looking for work from home, remote. There's also people looking for affordability. Bottom line, this is now the city. So the impulse and the trend is now finally the wind is how do we say tailwind. Yeah. The good one. Therefore, there is a lot of incentive the vision was always to gentrify and reinvest in the downtown core, which is where I am. We are 400 meters from the water. There's a what do you call that? The mountain on the back, the water on the side. So it's a beautiful location, but it's been depressed, for a while again. Especially the commercial side. So you can find a lot of commercial units that are boarded and aging. The buildings also need to, in fact, you can see the developers are coming back and reinvest a little bit, but the city wants to have that implemented and accelerated. So they have been very supportive for that reason, so we come with a very, I would say, not ambitious because we are within the bylaw, within the zoning, but it is in fact to the maximum bounds of the zoning.
Yeah.
So it is high density. I would say mid-size density for those who knows. I would not say high density, but for the size of our lot, it's a very generous density. The parking zoning also is excellent, which makes this project extremely valuable and in fact very rare to execute as a rental. So it's a rental play. So we are bringing also incentive affordable units in the core. So this is why they've been very excited and supportive. So they work with us a lot. They are very available. And so I can wait to submit and have the approval so that we can put, invest more and go to and focus on BP.
Right. You've obviously spent a lot of time with due diligence, and it sounds like you've really investigated demographics and jobs and all that.
Everything, yeah. We brought even an expert in market analysis, so that we can make sure that our unit mix, our offering was in line with the demand. and also especially with affordable, let's say the household income. So how much can they afford? What can we make a unit in line with a budget? The 30%, 40% budget already 40 is start to be a stretch. But this is the way we looked at it. So initially we had the first pass from the architect, blank page, maximizing the use of the land, and we realized that those layout was too expensive, would be too expensive because of the need. So we had to with the help of this consultant, we modified the unit mix, and which was in fact very beneficial also for the profitability of the project and also for the tenant ultimately, because now a 2-bedroom is a 3-bedroom, a 1-bedroom is a 2-bedroom, and more bachelors. So we are in fact now really in sync with the city expectation, with the demand, local demand, and the CMHE for our financing.
I talk a lot about don't paddle upstream, work with the city. What does the city want and need? And it sounds like you're right there. And also, as a rental, the design is going to be different than if you're selling it for condos, because you have to think about suite mix and things like that. Like, what's my proper studio 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom mix? So it sounds like you followed all that too. That's really, really good.
So yeah, we realized that the demand essentially are on the tail. So even though people tend to say you will start with a 30%, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. It's looking at the data, because we had not only CMHC historical data, but also try to pick from this consultant some current and forecasted projections, on the demand. And the demand is essentially on the single occupancy and on and family. So bachelor, 1-bedroom, and 3 bedrooms are the main of the demand. The vacancy today is less than 1% on bachelor and 3 bedrooms.
So the exit is not to sell it, then you'll actually keep it as part of your portfolio. Is that the plan?
Everything's open, but the goal is the main strategy today is really to finance and keep. Yes.
Very, very good. So you actually had quite a bit of experience before coming into the course. So back there when you decided to join, and kind of what were you hoping to learn, or what were you thinking you were missing? Why did you decide to join?
So I was quite seasoned in let's say the flipping, the value creation of existing assets, but I was not as comfortable in new project, new construction. Even though I work with a developer, you always have like one piece of you get a sensitivity, you get exposed to a portion but never the full cycle. Doing on top of that a 70 unit development is not a small project, so the risk is high, and hence, and having in fact seasoned people like yourself, and also the group, the community, which also have a lot of expertise at different levels. It was important for me to be surrounded by experts. So increasing my team, if you want.
Yeah. So what were some of the things you've taken away from the course? How's it benefited you directly?
So again, learning from your expertise, the good and less, the lessons learned, I would say, also was eye-opener. And, what resonated at the beginning is you were always saying, don't work as a lone wolf, And so I tend to do that. I realize that it is true that you are better if you can focus on what you like, as opposed to try to do everything, and some become dragging, and it can create problems, which I've experienced in the past. So this is now the new strategy. I didn't force it, but I was lucky enough to meet people who complement me completely. And as a result, we work as a team, and so that's one of them. So one of the learning, the confidence obviously was needed to be enhanced to to know that it was out of my realm. How do you say that? It was actual. It was doable. The first project is always the most difficult. So like this is. I was looking for support and get confidence. I guess that's one of them. Also get this weekly question and answers, having this available, and also inviting those experts in different fields. Also for me was great. Having access to this library of recordings is good, because you forget and you can always go back to who is this person? The quantity surveyor one day said we can save 30% of the cost. By doing the procurement remotely. That's one of them. That also was a big. You always have good ideas. You never know if it's really tangible or not. And having being part of this community of specialists, make everything check the box ultimately, and that's part of the increasing your confidence. Piggybacking on others' experience to bring yours to the level where it should be. So that's some. Also, another one that are very important in my project today is CMHC underwriting conditions. So even though you have lots of experience in project management, it's not enough. What they want is an exact project that you've done a similar project in the past, just one. So this is a problem that I need to deal with now. But it is at least I know it's a months ahead of time, which is good, and so that I can work either on a fixed price or bring a partner, which is the two options.
Right. Good. And then you mentioned the community before, like the Facebook group and the other students. You've been very active in the group, so
I like. I've been very impressed with this land assembly in Calgary. So it's not one person; it's really a group of I think eight students. And I've been speaking with few of them. Part of this group. Ali is one of them. Very I think he's very very knowledgeable and very active in many markets. So it's great to network, and that's it.
Very good. Now, just a couple last questions before we wind it up. This has been great, so thank you very much again for this. So, what does the future look like? What are you excited about in the future here?
So, going back to the business plan, the 10-year plan. Yep. But I started this 2 years ago, so I'm already a bit in the game. I just want to get to the cruising speed, have some passive income, so that I can have the choice to do more existing product or more construction. And in my case, for now, the mix is probably, I would say, 70 to 80% of existing and 20% of new construction. I think this will evolve to 50-50, and maybe the opposite at some point. Less madness, more professionals, more consultants, is what I like really of this new development. So I think at some point I will focus more on new construction. And I like also the fact that it's rentals. Rental is what Canada needs at the moment. So it's a win-win across the board.
And you're liking it. You're enjoying it.
I do love it. In fact, again, I got to work with SLC at a very high level of mega projects. So the expertise and the knowledge was really, really amazing. And I find that again in this in development in mid-sized project. When you have enough scale, you can now attract high caliber consultants. So you get surrounded by top guns to make sure you make the right decision and you don't make mistakes. So I like that, and I think this is probably where we are going.
Good. Well, I've been watching your progress. It's just been phenomenal. I'm really, really pleased and proud of you. So all the best luck going forward, and thank you so much again for joining us today. I know the other students will just love this. So.
Thank you, Darcy. You've been inspiring too.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you. 70 units. How awesome is that? Good job, Benoit. So So if that's you, if you want to learn how to build, if you've got a yearning to construct stuff, if you want to deal with new, if you want to be creative, if you want to feel the passion and pride that you get when you complete one of these projects, and the sense of pride is incomparable. I sincerely want all of you to experience that at least once in your life. If that's you, then you need to be part of this community. To find out how that can happen, I host a webinar on a regular basis. The registration links are in the comments section below. Let's reach out. Let's get together and figure out how we can move you forward on your real estate investing goals. Thank you.